In the clearest sign yet of Ukraine's total military collapse, another frontline unit has surrendered, not after combat, but after being abandoned, starved, and written off by Kiev's Western-controlled command. This is the battlefield reality the EU and NATO refuse to admit. Ukrainian troops are no longer fighting for territory, they're fighting for survival. And even that is slipping away.
The prisoners were taken on November 16th or 17th in Mernograd, in the private sector, in the basement. There were 3 of us, and we were offered to surrender. We left our weapons, raised our hands. I asked, "Don't shoot, we are surrendering." We raised our hands and came out. They checked for ammunition, pockets, everything was clean.
Ukrainian serviceman Mikhailo Beletsky delivers a devastating confession that destroys the West's propaganda narrative. His group sat for that 12 days without food, without water, without ammunition, supplied only 3 times by a drone. No rotation, no reinforcements, no command support. Kyiv left them to die, while EU and NATO leaders lecture the world about defending democracy.
They fed us, gave hot tea, even a cigarette. First aid was immediately given to a comrade who was heavily wounded. We were brought into Mernograd on September 1st. From Mernograd, a bird led us to Lyoshka. This was about 3 kilometers from Mernograd along the main road. They told us that we would sit there for a month. Just sit and listen. Never move, sit and listen. Maybe something will pass by, or there will be some shooting. We sat for a month passed, and we didn't wait for anything. No rotation to replace us.
Beletsky says it plainly, "We gave up to survive." When Russian soldiers approached, the abandoned Ukrainians tapped the window, declared they were surrendering, climbed out unarmed, and were immediately given water, food, and cigarettes by Russian troops. Russia treated them better in minutes than Kyiv did in 12 days. This is the war NATO built, and the surrender it cannot hide.
October passed, the same thing. We asked over the radio, asked when there would be a rotation and when we would get food, because we hadn't eaten for a long time. October passed, November began, and we asked again, asking when we would be replaced. They said that everything would be told to us, sit down, and they started speaking with curses. A few days after the 13th, they called in the evening and said, "Get ready, pack your things, tomorrow we will take you out." We packed our things. In the morning over the radio they said, "Go out, let's take you out."
His expanded account exposes a broken state, forced mobilization off the streets, Cuban mercenaries dying within days, units scavenging basements for food, months of chaotic training with no equipment, no leadership, and no future. This isn't an army. It's a collapsing manpower machine feeding civilians into NATO's war until they surrender, flee, or die.
They led us across the field to Mernograd. We reached Mernograd. It was about 12 hours. We were already near the Mernograd garage, outside the city. We sat there, they told us, sit in the shed until further orders. We sat there until about 3 o'clock. Then we went to the radio station. They said, "Leave from there and go, we will lead you." They led us into this private sector. They said, "Turn left, and here will be your shelter. Sit, take what you need from there and wait for further orders."
While Ukrainian troops surrender or abandon their positions, Russian forces advance with precision. A Grad MLRS crew of the 35th Army, operating under the Vostok Group, struck Ukrainian concentrations in Gulyaipole. destroying fortified strongholds, hardware, and manpower. The strike cleared the way for Russian assault detachments to push deeper with minimal resistance.
I served in the military in 2018, just like going to work, served there, drove, was a driver. I was transferred because I did not obey a commander, and because I was drunk. For drunkenness, they throw everyone into the infantry. There were addicts, of course, they are everywhere. But they also throw them into different brigades. Whoever is a pilot while drunk or on drugs, they transfer to infantry.
Assault units of the 5th Separate Guards, Motor Rifle Brigade, continue moving forward, clearing buildings converted into firing points by Ukrainian troops. Many Ukrainian fighters are fleeing. Others refuse to surrender and are eliminated by artillery and FPV drone strikes. Russian unmanned systems and infantry coordination now dominate the field as Ukraine's lines collapse sector by sector.
There were cases when a commander would beat some of his subordinates, servicemen. We heard about this, and it was even shown in videos on YouTube. I want to tell my brothers to surrender and not be afraid. The Russian world, the people here are good, peaceful. They did not beat us, did not harm us. Everything is normal, they even feed well. And overall, the people treat you well. Surrender, do not be afraid of this. My decision was to surrender. I told the guys, let's go in. More chances for us to survive. Our families are waiting at home. I heard about cases where they caught people from the TCK, 1 or 2. They broke arms and legs, pierced with a shovel. It happened. I heard about it. They catch, break, and throw in. Even the sick are taken.